Hey everybody. So in this video I want to share a quick idea with you, which is the idea of not pivoting too much. If you're a writer and you're trying to make it, what you often have in your head, at least I hope you do, is a big picture plan. You have some sort of large idea of what you'd like to see out of this business, right? Whether that's, getting an agent, getting traditionally published, having a nice backlog of books. Maybe it's writing just one book. Perhaps it's self-publishing a series, your own books, right? There's many different pathways we can go down with this, and I think a lot of us start off along this path with this sort of grand idea of what we want to do. And what happens is along the path, and to be frank, quite often, or at least more often than it should be, we tend to get to sticking points. And when you get to sticking points, what you often do, and again, I'm guilty of this as anybody else, is you make adjustments. And you change around all of the big things instead of dialing on the small things. So you'll get to a sticking point in your story and you might drop it, right? You may get done with the first draft. You can't seem to get the second draft to work though, so you put it aside and you start working on your next story, right? You are getting really, really far with maybe getting your entire story done. Perhaps you edit the whole thing, and then once you're done, you look at it and you go, it's not there yet, and you don't query it. You don't send it off. You decide not to do. You trunk it, right? Rather than trying to take a chance with it first. We so often encounter these sticking points, and our inclination is to find some sort of workaround to fix it, right? Because that's what we're conditioned to do. We're always conditioned, when you get to a sticking point, come up with a solution and move past it, right? Instead, what I might offer to you is the idea that you maintain your long-term vision. Whether that is, if it's traditional, maintain that vision, and instead take time to reflect upon what's not working, and then perhaps make the adjustment or move forward, rather than arbitrarily making all these changes, these pivots, these workarounds here, to just so that way you can avoid ever getting stuck in having to deal with a certain level of confusion for a time period with your projects. It can be very tempting to go for the short answer and to kind of work your way out of it. But the pivot is, for me, is so deadly. It's such a sort of deadly thing that you make these sort of adjustments. If you saw my process here, you've seen me kind of talk about my book that I'm about to self-publish, right? You've seen me, talk before about how, I hammered forever on trying to get traditionally published, right? I went all different avenues, right, to the point where you guys saw the first year I did this. Basically I had kind of a tentative sort of offer with a publisher, and it just didn't work out, right? Only after I had exhausted years and years, since like 2018 I'd started working on that book, years trying to get traditionally published, did I finally this year decide, okay, there's no more avenues available at all. Now let's kind of make the adjustment, right? So just an idea there, something to throw out to you, the idea of pivoting, not pivoting too much. All right, thanks so much. I will see you tomorrow.